Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Simon the Watch Guy, and you are looking at a Seiko SNK805. This is an automatic watch by Seiko, stainless steel. It comes in a military green colour. Now, we'll go into the watch in just a second. Let's take a really quick look at how you'll receive the watch. So you'll receive the watch in quite a large box, Seiko branding. Nothing too special, I suppose. This is the main box you'll receive in. It's quite a nice, stylish gift box. You've got the pillow inside, and of course it says Seiko, and it does slightly glimmer in the light. There's also a, if I can find it, here we go. Receive. That's what I'm looking for. You'll receive the piece of cardboard here. It's like a airbrushed kind of silver metallic colour, which glows or shines quite nicely, reflects in the light. Again, Seiko branding, that'll be on the watch itself. If I flip this over, you'll see it says here, reference, it's the SNK805K2. I believe the K2 means that it was made in Malaysia, it wasn't made in Japan. Not such a big problem really, unless you're a real enthusiast who, you know, it has to be made in Japan. Caliber 7S26, we will come back and talk about that later. Water resistant to 30 metres or 99 feet. It's got Hardlex crystal, which is Seiko's own crystal on the watch. I believe it's their own. And it's supposed to be, I don't know if it's supposed to be scratch resistant or scratch proof. I think they just market it as, you know, it's quite a good material. I've never scratched any of my Seikos, but hey, it's always a possibility, right? So also you receive the guarantee, which if you always in the Seiko watches, if you flip to the back, you'll see the warranty card, which lasts for around about 2 years, and that covers the box, the presentation box. I really want to jump in and show you guys the watch. I mean, seriously, guys. I mean, this is just, I don't know why, and it shouldn't be, because it's such a low price for what it is, but it's such a nice watch. Let's just dive right in, guys. I can't really hold back any longer. So you're looking at the watch now. This is the face. Let's just move in. The watch itself is, again, it's automatic, which means, you know, for anyone out there who doesn't know what an automatic watch is, they've never had one, I'll try and explain it to you to the best of my knowledge. I mean, I'm no expert, but here goes. It doesn't have a battery. If you flip the watch over, you'll be able to see the innards of this watch. You can actually see the moving part. If we just zoom in a little bit more here, it's just beautiful to look at, isn't it? I mean, I consider myself, you know, I'm kind of getting into the whole collection now with watches, and I'm starting to understand exactly, you know, how these work. And really, it's just quite ingenious. I mean, we'll go into that again later. We'll talk about the movement later. But first of all, let's look at the the front of the watch. And if we look at the face here, you'll see that it displays the date in terms of the actual day of the week and what day of the month it is. So in this case, it's Friday the 15th of September. You'll see the second hand here. It doesn't go tick, tick, tick like a normal quartz watch. In fact, it just constantly ticks. Some people call this the perpetual second hand, which is a great way to describe it. I mean, this thing just goes round and round and round. It's beautiful. It's quite easily to kind of look at this second hand and just watch it and watch it and watch it go round and round. Quite sad maybe, but hey, it looks good. So Let's look a little bit more closely now at the watch. Let me just lay this down and we'll zoom in. So on the watch face itself, you'll be able to see that it displays 5, 10, well, it doesn't display 15 because of the date, but 20, 25, 30, 35, and so on. It displays all of the minute segments in the 5-minute mark. On the inner circle, you'll see it says 12, 1, 2, 3. So you can basically, it just gives such a great indication of time, because right here we can, I'm sorry guys, I'm not teaching you how to tell the time, but you can see here that we are exactly now 27 minutes past 6, and this, it's just so accurate. I mean, the movement for the price is accurate. I mean, this thing is kept up, for me personally, within around about 10 seconds. I've been using this watch now for 2 days. It's been off my wrist probably maybe about 5 hours, maybe in total, maybe less than 5 hours. It's been off my wrist, but hey, it's just kept perfect time. It's been off by, like I say, 10 seconds, maybe at the most, maybe 15 seconds, but hey, for an automatic, that's really good. If we take again a closer inspection here, you'll be able to see that if I can just kind of focus the camera, there we go, you'll see it's got the Seiko 5 logo. This is obviously part of the 5 series. You'll see it says automatic 21 joules. Again, we'll talk about joules when we talk about the movement later on. Now you'll see the triangle at the top, and this watch, I mean, it's a military watch. It's available in black. It's available in like a beige colour. And not many people, some people don't like the green. I love the green. I think the green military look is quite cool. It's kind of a throwback. If you look at some of the World War II watches, you'll realise that this is kind of like a throwback to the Luftwaffe World War II style plane watches the pilots were given during their for their flights. I'll let you guys do your research on that, but hey, there's a lot of history behind the way this looks, but it still manages to look modern. It's kind of just a timeless design. Let's look at the strap now. The strap it's been kind of reinforced here, so it won't fray. And again, it's that kind of military green. It actually looks a lot darker than it does on the pictures. You do see a lot of online retailers with extremely bright pictures of this, and the watch just isn't really, as bright as it seems. Hopefully you can kind of get a good feel for, how bright the watch is. And you'll see here that the watch has the, can we see that on the camera? Let me just focus. It's quite hard to focus on this, but there we go. It says Seiko on the buckle, on the clasp. But you'll see the these kind of like links here, if you like. I must admit, I didn't think they'd work too well, but they do surprisingly, they do work. And it's just a good looking watch. I'll towards the end of the video, I'll actually wear this and show you a little bit more about it. If we look at the crown here, we can see it's not positioned on the 3, it's actually positioned on the 4 o'clock marker. It's not such a big problem. In fact, it might even be better, because when you bend your wrist, it doesn't dig into you like it can if it was on the 3. On the hour of 3. So finally, now I've been waiting to talk about this. Let's flip this over, take a quick look. I know the video is getting a little bit longer than I wanted, but hey, let's have a look. So we can see that it's stainless steel here on the back. Again, Seiko branding. This isn't a sticker. There is like a plain sticker on the back to stop scratches when you receive it, but I've taken that off, and this is how it looks. So that Seiko emblem, you can't just pull that off. That is actually kind of etched into the watch, if you like. So I don't know if I mentioned this earlier. I think I did. It's 2.8 ounces in weight, the watch. It's water resistant, so not waterproof. You know, be careful of that, guys. It's good enough maybe for the rain. I wouldn't take this underwater, just in case. If we can just get a good shot of this, it's going to be quite difficult, but we'll try. It says take Seiko Time Corp and 21 joules. Now, from the research I've done, apparently the joules actually help the gears and cogs in here all sort of move smoothly. Because if there wasn't any joules, apparently the movement would be a bit rougher and it just wouldn't quite be as smooth and nice as it is. Now, if you can just see that there, you can see the balance wheel, which is this bit here, and then you can see that working really hard to actually make the cogs turn. Let's flip this right the way around. Again, you know, there's so much ingenuity in here, and it's a great movement. I mean, actually, this is actually found in a lot of the mechanical divers' watches. So, you know, Seiko really, despite this being a fairly cheap watch, I mean, I bought this for £66 in the UK. You can get this for about $77 in the US, maybe cheaper. And like I say, guys, it does keep time well. Yes, it does need to be on your wrist a lot. It's only got a power reserve of around about 30 hours. So you will need to, you know, reset this if this doesn't work for you. You know, if you've not been using this for a few days, you're going to have to just basically reset the time and the date using the crown here. So basically, another bit of information, if you pull the crown out once, I think you have to raise the crown upwards, sort of up that way. That will change the date. If you turn the crown down, it will change the Friday. Now, it will actually take you to the Spanish date. This has got Spanish and English, which is totally fine. People freak out about this and go, oh no, I've got a foreign watch. It's actually supposed to have the Spanish and English time. That's totally normal. The two common, extremely common languages in the world, so that's normal. Don't freak out about it. And then, yeah, obviously, if you pull the crown out a second time, a second notch, you'll be able to wind down the time. You cannot hack the watch. What that means is that the perpetual second hand, you're not supposed to be able to stop it. However, I figured out that there is actually a little cheat to kind of do it. And what you do is you pull the crown out twice, click, click, twice. You pull the crown back slightly, and that will stop the second hand, so you can actually time it up perfectly. And mine currently is, as we speak, it's timed up perfectly now to British time, or UTC as it currently is. So I'm going to see how this goes. I probably will update this review in the future, but hey, I've used this now for just over 24 hours, maybe 48 hours, heading towards 48 hours, and it hasn't missed a beat. It's currently... the time is currently about perfect. It's maybe about 1 second off. It was 10 seconds off earlier, but I did reset it. And it's just, since then, it's been fine. So I think it's taken a bit of time to maybe bed in. I've done a lot of walking with the watch, so that's helped the power reserve. So yeah, I'm gonna get back to wearing this. So any questions, feel free to ask, guys, and hopefully this was a good review for you all, and I'll be back soon with another watch. Take care.